Pozdravljeni, dr. Mensah Marius, docent na Pravni fakulteti Univerze v Mariboru. Dobrodošli na današnjem dogodku, ki ga je pripravila Sloga. Hello, Mr. Mensah Marius. Very nice to see you here on our event. I would like to ask you about how did you feel about this event and what can you comment on it?
I think, thank you. Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for having me. Awareness raising is very important, and when it comes to topics like sustainable development, the fighting against poverty, accessibility of food for everyone, it is very important, of course, to educate people, to tell them what is happening, to give them the numbers, the statistics, so they know where and how it is happening. And as mentioned today, we highlighted the political issues. For example, we highlighted the fact that stability is needed in order to enhance development, in order to enhance sustainable development overall, because without stability it is very hard for government and for people actually to work, and without proper cooperation, and we are talking about economic cooperation, cultural cooperation, technology cooperation, which is very important. And in this part, Slovenia plays a very important role because at the UN, I think the Prime Minister this year said that Slovenia is ready to help countries with access to water, which is very important, because no access to water, no access to food, which is very related. And Slovenia is ready to help other countries, mostly countries in Africa, in Asia, or countries that need Slovenian technologies with access to water, and with the new satellites that Slovenia has in space that can already assess climate change, the impact, or where are going to happen, for example, the next tornado or the next event, and in order to avoid it and to give more chance to people to prepare for those events. So, in one word, cooperation is very important, and having countries like Slovenia going out and proposing help to other countries is very important, because before we had groups of countries that are exclusively limited to helping other people, and now you have African countries that were ex-colonies before ready to cooperate with Slovenia, and that is something that we have to support and talk about.
Thank you. Today we were talking about the bees and the drones. How do you think about that?
Yeah, I think beekeeping, of course, is Slovenia's first arm. I mean, the weapon, not the weapon, but I mean, the promotion Slovenia use internationally, and it very works. And I'm very glad that Slovenia is promoting beekeeping worldwide. It is very important, because without bees, well, then we have problem with biodiversity, we have problem with food security overall. And the fact that Slovenia is sharing that knowledge with African countries, not only, but countries around the world, is very important. And the Bee Day, which is again the initiative of Slovenia, can show that Slovenia is, might be a small country, but a very effective and very powerful one. So I think it's very good. And of course, the need for new technologies in order to counter the effect of climate change, in order to counter, for example, the effect of hunger, wars, and so on, is very welcome. Because with new technologies, of course, we can try to find the solutions where there are no solutions, and try to do impossible. But there is a catch here, because it's not only about going for new technologies and using more drones or more batteries that are not that much renewable, but to use the technology that we know can bring the result and limit again our emissions. Is very important to make this point.
Thank you. A lot of African countries now is very technical, going to be digitalized and technical empowered. Um, how about this on the green, the um, green pricing and about the water diplomacy or working the water, because the water is now almost the weapon in the some wars.
Yeah, so before we were talking about the big diplomacy, and now we're talking about the world diplomacy, and Slovenia, in a way, is at the forefront of both diplomacies, for example, because we have the right to access to water in our constitution, which is something very good. Not all the countries, some countries do have it, but we are among the leaders, which is very good, and we are having these big diplomacies. So, of course, access to water, as I said, is very important, and respecting sustainable development, respecting that I mean, we need, I mean, the EU has a Green Deal, and so do other countries as well. Maybe they don't call it a Green Deal, but they call it differently, sustainable development, for example, the Africa agenda. So all the countries have the agenda in order to implement sustainable development, and it is very important, of course, to know how to combine technology, digitalization, and of course, uh, green knowledge, green know-how, and whatever that is green.
Uh, Thank you. You are currently working at the law uh, faculty. Can you tell us something more about it?
Oh, thank you. Well, I've been working at the Faculty of Law of the University of Mariboru for 5 years now, and one of the landmark. I mean, I've been mostly working in international projects. We have a lot of partners, and one of the landmark projects I had throughout that time is a Jamone module financed by the European Union, and it's about sustainable development and heritage. So, I mean, the goal of the project is to see the link between sustainable development and heritage, because it's about education. Because when people are not educated, when we don't as academics raise awareness. People don't know, they have no access to information, they don't know about sustainable development, what to do. They don't know that sustainable development is also about their work, it's also about the right to food, it's also about the right to health, it's also about just the right as human beings, the right to a healthy environment. So doing those kind of projects help us also to get in touch with people, to tell them about their rights, and to see how we can work together in order to improve our societies, in one word. So heritage, for example, be it cultural heritage, natural heritage, being able to preserve heritage, being able to preserve nature, being able to let the next generation see what we have been doing for a while is also very important, in order to raise awareness about preservation and protection, actually, of what we have, of our knowledge of nature. And at the same time, we of course need to digitalize to go to the next level, and we need in a way to be intertwine all this situation. So at the same time we are green, but at the same time we must be digitalized. It's very important to keep the balance.
Yes, thank you. The balance is very important, and thank you for being today with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.